welcome to our special 500 subscribers video and contest. So we're having two contests, and the reason for this is because we've hit 500 subscribers, which is really exciting for us. We never thought that we would reach that many.
So the first contest, we're going to be saying a certain word during the duration of this video. You'll find it in the description below, so check there for the word. You need to count how many times we say that word during this video. Comment your answer below. We will do a draw for all the right answers, and then that's basically how you get entered to win that one. And the second one...
Should I describe that one?
Yeah.
The second one, you have to share a Facebook post that we're gonna put a link to this in the description again. So you share that and you're entered. We got 2 prize packs.
Yeah.
You have multiple chances to win. You can enter both contests if you'd like. So we've got a couple of things. Prize pack is gonna include an Empty Garage t-shirt, like you can't see, but Matt's wearing one. You saw him wear it before.
So we got these.
Yeah.
We paid a lot of money to get these made a long time ago, and no one wants them, so we're gonna give them away.
We're giving them away. Plus, we're also gonna include some Empty Garage stickers and a random sticker pack, I guess. And also, we haven't really discussed this, but I think we should just you choose what car you want a random part from.
That's a good one.
You pick the car, any of our project cars, and we'll send you something from the car as well. So that's what you can win. Some pretty cool prize packs. Just pretty much those 2 ways to enter. We'll put some details in the description as well, because I know there's lots of little details. So we'll have it all written up in the description on how to enter either of those 2 contests.
It's gonna be mint.
Yeah.
So let's just jump right into this. I mean, we started this YouTube channel, what, 2.5 years ago?
2.5 years, yeah.
Yeah, so we've hit 500 subscribers in 2.5 years. We never thought we would get this far, to be honest. The only reason that we even made these videos really was for our own entertainment, and kind of so that we could have a video log of all the projects that we've done in the past. And a bunch of our friends wanted to see kind of what we were up to as well, so we kind of started to just build logs and stuff on forums, and then it kind of just turned into YouTube. And it's kind of nice to go back and reminisce on some of the stuff that you've done in the past, and I think that's what we're going to do today.
Yeah. But before we were good at angles and video and lighting, and we're still not good at it, but before all that we had slideshows. Because all we did is we took a picture of our progress, and Matt was like, hey, I'm going to put that into a slideshow.
You know what? Before we even had YouTube, let's go way back.
Wait, I don't know if I can go that far back, Matt. This is literally...
How old were you in... Okay, let's just jump right in here. So
This might be 15 years ago. Anyways, this is like my first car. No, this is my second or third car. This is a Mitsubishi Lancer. Next car.
Hey, a Grand Am. My first car was a Grand Am.
I love that Colt. It was a Dodge Colt, Mitsubishi Lancer, same thing. So pretty much we just hooned around in the crap cars we had. This is like a 40 horsepower Tercel. I mean, we had... You'll see this guy pop up in videos once in a while. He's still around. He's still helping us out. Yeah, we just went out in the fields and we just beat up on cars.
Around here we call it stopping.
Stopping, yeah. This is my first stopper car. She did Bernie's, only if you put some bleach down. It was underpowered.
Civic!
Good Civic life. A friend of ours destroyed this car in a accident. But man, we just did burnouts. We just smoked tires. My first car. Oh, this is my first car, NX 2000. My first car, my first SR20, my first burnout. Oh, it was a good time. I love that car, and I'm gonna probably get another one. Nissan NX Coupe, B13 chassis.
Do it up, man.
SR20.
Man, you had some good times back then.
I did. What were you doing while I was stopping?
What was I doing? I always wanted to try doing YouTube, so the first thing that I got into was music. So first videos I put out was me playing guitar. I wasn't very good at it, so I got a lot of hate comments. Picked up my microphone and thought that I would try singing. So, being the angry child that I was, I decided I would try some screamo music.
I think you were pretty good, Matt. I think you were pretty good.
Not everyone thought I was good.
Oh yeah.
That's enough of that. Let's try some punk rock. Everyone loves punk rock, right?
Yeah.
Trials by fire, set in fire. It's not a way that's meant for me.
What is this? Green Day?
Green Day, of course. Nobody liked my punk rock, so give it one last hurrah here. I'm gonna do some acoustic, maybe win over the ladies, you know.
What did the ladies say?
I got nothing good on this.
It's not a question, but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you have the time of your life.
I can't wait to read some of the comments of your old videos.
Goodness.
You're busy working on car stuff now.
Yeah, that part of my life is over. So I was like, you know what? I'm really into cars too. I had this 1966 Oldsmobile. And I was doing work on that thing. I was doing an engine swap on it. So the one that I had came with a inline 6. And I was going to swap an Olds 330 V8 into it, which I had a buddy of mine rebuilding for me.
I remember that.
Yeah, that was Dwayne Letkeman. He rebuilt that motor for me. I can't remember how many thousands of dollars I put into that motor.
I can remember, and it was a lot.
Yeah, and the place that I was living at the time when I owned this car actually forced me to get rid of it because it was against the rules to have any unlicensed, not running car on your property.
It's not fair.
So it was either get rid of it or we're towing it, and I didn't want to have to deal with that, so I sold the car at auction for $300, I think, and I sold the motor separately for, I think I was lucky to get $500 for it. So that was that. And
so then you decided, I'm not going to be into old cars anymore.
I'm going to get into Jeeps. That's what I got into next. So I had this 97 Jeep Wrangler, and I was doing mud bog racing.
You know, I love this thing. It was beautiful. It was in good condition. It had a cherry bomb exhaust. It was fun to drive.
Yeah. This is the first vehicle. Tim actually taught me how to drive standard on this vehicle.
And I still hardly remember that. That was about the time when we were starting to become close friends, right?
Yeah.
We may have even been living together.
We were living together. We were roommates at the time. And I don't think we got along that well at the time.
I don't know why.
And I think it was cars that brought us together. So I think it started with you teaching me how to drive standard in that Jeep. And then we went to our first event together, which was this Teen Challenge Demolition Derby. My brother actually drove us there. Remember that Hyundai Accent that he was driving?
He got hung up on this culvert or something getting out. Remember that? Their exhaust.
There was no parking spot, so he parks in a ditch, Jeep life, right? Because he had a Jeep at the time too, and he had sold it and got this Hyundai Accent because fuel economy, right? So he parks this thing in a ditch, gets hung up on a rock when we're trying to leave. We actually had to get out of the car and
rock it.
We rocked it and lifted it up and over this rock.
And it had this loud exhaust, so it wasn't hidden. It's like,
oh my goodness.
Oh, it's hilarious. We got out though, and
that car was hilarious. Oh, good times.
I remember that. So that was the first event we attended.
Yeah.
First car event that we attended.
So after that, we attended a few other car events. I think the most memorable one was the Gonzo Drift event at Gimli.
So we decided we needed a drift car, and we also decided we needed money to do this. We didn't want to invest a whole lot of our own personal money.
We didn't have money. We owned houses. We're grown men. Yeah. We have lives. We don't just have money sitting around to buy a drift car.
Yeah.
So what do? We both pitched in $100 out of our own pocket, and this is what started it all. We buy this Civic Si parts car for $200, and we're like, you know what? We're gonna strip this thing, and we're gonna make some money. That's exactly what we did. So we pick up this Honda Civic for $200, parted it out and sold it.
Yeah, simple as that. Made a few $100s on it. We're like, hey, let's find something else. So we found this 300ZX. We're like, sweet, always wanted one. Didn't run, but it had a ton of great parts. People love the parts in these cars, like coil packs and whatever else. So we made a lot of money on that car too. I mean, that was a car that never stopped giving.
We still have parts.
And then we had this SER that we bought. It had some rod knocks, so we fixed that, rebuilt it, repainted some of the parts that had like stone chips and stuff, and we sold it and made some money. We actually made a fair amount of coin on that.
We made a lot of money on that one, yeah. We put a lot of work into it though. Like we started the beginning of that winter, and it was basically...
Well, it's warm outside when we're painting, right?
Hey, we drove Subarus.
We did. We both drove Subarus at that time.
Good times.
Yeah, sold that, made some cash, and it was a nice little car. That was our first good paint job together.
Yeah, that was decent actually. Yeah. We put a lot of time and effort into that.
And then we found this thing. Look at this.
In Shine Bays of all places.
Yeah, this thing is a story.
We find this Supra. And I saw it actually, there was an advertisement for it on a local ad. And I saw it, but I didn't really think anything of it. And then a couple days later, Tim messages me and he's like, hey, I found this. This could be our drift car.
I mean, a rear-wheel drive, manual transmission, turbo, Japanese car?
What was the guy asking? Like $2,500 or something? I'm like,
no, it was more. It was like $3,000.
Something insane, right? And like, so yes, it's a nice car, but it needed a new clutch on it. So he started the process of fixing that and kind of just left it taken apart. He didn't put any of it back together. The hood actually sat off of the car over winter outside.
Yeah, just getting snow hills on it. Like
so bad.
And such a bad decision.
So we bought this thing in that condition. We definitely lowballed the guy. What did you offer him? Like $500?
I think so.
And he wasn't having that. So
we offered him a little more and we picked it up.
Yeah,
he gave it to us.
He agreed to it. We picked it up. We didn't even know if it ran or not. So brought it home.
At that point, see, the risk to us was like, this is money it's not out of our own pockets, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's our sweat equity, really.
So then we started getting to work on cleaning up the engine bay because, it was a mess.
Got a new clutch from eBay because that's the place you go to get clutches.
Yeah.
Started the race car prep, right? Cleaned it out.
Stripped it.
New turbo.
Needed a new turbo, yeah. Cleaned up the engine bay. Oh, that looks mint.
It does. I actually love the way this car is. Oh, we cut the springs.
Oh, yeah.
Which...
So we cut the springs to lower it. We got a lot of hate over that, but...
Honestly, I don't like it either, but...
It is what it is.
It is what it is now. We're going to get coils at some point.
It looks so good.
Yeah, we just pretty much just bang this car around, and you know what? It is running good now.
Yeah.
It runs great. This is a little clip. This is our latest thing.
Oh yeah, so the latest video we put out on this car is the side exit exhaust.
Oh, we're so stoked on this. See, we've also decided that this car is kind of our experimental car too. We always have these ideas in our head, like stupid things we want to do to cars. Like cut springs was one of them. Fully strip the interior was one of them.
Yeah.
And then a side exit exhaust was another, through the fender. And this goes through the cockpit of the car. It goes through the passenger footwell.
I've never seen that in any car before. It's probably not a very smart thing to do. But
hey, this is our experimental car, right? So at some point we'll drift it, but right now it's our experimental car. And I love the thing, and I'm looking forward to spending more time and money on it. And we don't maintain that thing at all. Put used oil in it, use coolant. If we remember, we haven't done an oil change in years. But then I was like, hey, sweet, I love white rear-wheel drive turbo cars from Japan. So I imported this car a few years ago now, and it was one of the cheaper S14s on the market because kind of the condition it was in. This was actually not a good night. Anyways, we won't talk about that. We've done some cool mods to it, like we've got a wideband O2 sensor boost gauge we installed. Adjusted the coilovers, put different wheels, just kind of clean the car up, and it was a great car to drive. And then I tried doing maintenance on it, and from then on, I've just been blowing motors. And so I've now rebuilt 2 motors. This is the second one, and I've got to do a third, but this is the first startup of our This summer we did.
This is the latest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's currently in the car. It's running fine. It runs great. There's a little bit of pinging on high boost, but I mean, it does this very easily. Still drives great. So there's some work that has to be done on this car, but overall, I get in this thing, I drive it, and it is a great time. I still love it. It's a summer car. It's parked right now. Can't wait to take it out in spring again.
She's mint.
Yeah.
Almost right after you imported the Sylvia, I was like, I want a race car too, because all I had was boring daily drivers.
That's true. You didn't have anything fast at that point.
I used to have a Civic. It was a 97 EK hatchback, automatic, 17-inch rims from Canadian Tire.
The best.
Eyelids spray painted on the thing. Like, those were the only mods done to it.
I liked the car.
I loved the thing. The transmission was so bad on it that I had to manually shift the automatic.
It was an automatic, yeah.
So I see on the Honda Marketplace, EK hatchback, and it was $1,200 the guy was asking. Safetied but not running. I could put a plate on it and run it right away. So we drove out there, looked at this thing, and we picked it up. Brought it home, and yeah, she don't run.
What was this, a D15 swapped into a D16 chassis with an OBD1 converter and this weird ECU?
Yeah.
And half the wiring not done?
We're like, this thing's mint. This thing's gonna work perfect. And no, not a chance. Which we found out later when we're like, this thing isn't worth diagnosing. So we were gonna pick up a donor car and do an engine swap on it. We'd never done an engine swap before. And we're like, this is gonna be the perfect learning experience. We're gonna figure this out by doing it. So we yanked that engine out of there, and we picked up an H22A1. Dropped that into the car, and
that was an amazing experience because we learned how to do motor swap and how to hack wiring and splice looms and stuff. Oh, first startup. Yeah.
And then we changed the ECU, and then it ran better. Not mint, but better.
Exhaust. That's one of my favorite cars that we've built, for the reason being that we did that swap, we added that power, plus it's reliable power right now. It's a stock motor.
We haven't done anything maintenance-wise to that motor. We picked up a Honda Prelude at auction, pulled the motor out of it, and dropped it in this car. The idea being just to get it working. Once we knew it worked, then we would do all the maintenance, do a rebuild on it. Yeah, that hasn't happened yet. It'll happen eventually when it needs to, but it's
Honda reliability
running mint right now. Like, I have no issues with it, honestly. So funds were running a little bit short, and we wanted to get back to work on the Supra again. So we figured we were going to pick up another vehicle at auction. We had attended a few insurance auctions, and we picked up this red Honda Civic that had some slight hail damage.
Hail damage,
right?
yeah. It was very minimal.
Yeah. Very dirty.
Very dirty. The amount of cigarettes we found inside.
Yeah.
Well, we cleaned it up, buffed it up, made it sale worthy, and it was a good looking car. Great daily driver.
She was mint by the time we were done with it. Do you remember we were cleaning it out, and it was so messy on the inside. There were cigarettes. I don't know how many packs of mint gum we found.
Lots of mint gum.
And we actually found a stick of gum under the seat.
What kind of gum was it?
It was mint flavored. We actually chewed the gum, didn't we?
We ate the gum. Both of us. We shared it.
We didn't die.
No.
We're still here. But yeah, we sold that car, made quite a bit of money in hopes that, you know what, now we're going to finally get some decent parts for the Supra. We still wanted to get coilovers for it because we were tired of the cut springs. And what should come along but another Civic?
We're like, hey, this thing has lots of cool parts that would fit on the Frankenstein Civic.
And I think this was one of the best decisions we made, was getting this car. The coilovers from this car went into Frankenstein. The Type R wing went into Frankenstein. We sold the motor swap. It had a B16 in it, a JDM B16. The Bride interior, I used the door cards, and we sold the back seats.
Yep.
I think I still have the headliner in my shed, though.
You do. All those little parts we kind of sold and, you know, made some cash here and there.
That cold air intake, that AEM, that's actually in Frankenstein right now. It actually fits in there with H22, oddly enough. So made that work. I mean, that was a really good car. And we still have a lot of parts from it, I think.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
So we got extra parts. I mean, we're kind of an EK hatch kind of family right now, right? We have lots of parts for those cars.
That kept us really busy because we still had parts from our previous parts cars, plus from this white Civic now. So that winter we spent a lot of time just selling parts. And what does Tim do? He goes to another insurance auction.
I needed a transmission for my S14 because I kind of blew up the gears, and this one had the perfect transmission. And okay, this is a rusty, irreparable, this couldn't be put back on the roads. So I mean, sorry, we cut an S13 in half in three parts.
We cut it in 3 parts.
But I mean, we didn't have a way of getting the car out, so I'm like, we have to manpower this thing. We got to cut it in half.
Well, we're going to scrap the thing, right? And we don't have any means of hauling it. So we're like, Kit, we're just going to cut it into manageable sizes so that we can fit it in the back of a truck and haul it away. And some guy came and actually bought each piece.
Third.
He's like, why'd you cut it in half? I would have bought the whole shell. And I was like, oops. He took it anyway. I mean,
man, I made mad money on that thing because it had a body kit, it had wheels. I made some pretty insane money on that, which is great.
The wing that we have on the Furious Civic
came from that car.
Came off of this car.
The head unit in the Furious Civic.
That's right.
From that car. And there's other goodies kind of sitting here and there from that car. I still have parts from it. Yeah. We've done some good stuff. We've actually kind of made it in a small way too, and so some.
Well, we've had a few moments of fame.
Moments of fame, I guess you could call them.
We actually submitted a video to Car Throttle a while ago. I think they've shared the video twice now.
Really?
I remember seeing it on their page twice.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
But this is the first one that we had submitted. Basically, how to remove your CD from a broken stereo.
We just had fun with this. This was like a spoof video. We're just trying to have a good time.
We were not safe by any means. PPE was rather limited at this time, and we did not take into account how flammable those...
Yeah, you're grinding right into the flame. My favorite part, I was laughing so hard behind the camera, I'm surprised it's not shaking. But yeah, I loved the comments on this video.
Yeah.
They were awesome.
Oh my goodness. We got so much hate, but so much love for this as well.
Like that clip right there. Oh, switch the CDs, I saw it. Yeah. I hope you did.
Like, yeah, we made it as obvious as we could. And then people kept commenting on my gun.
Yeah.
They're like, what do you have, a shotgun? It's a pellet gun.
Yeah.
Come on, I got a squirrel problem.
Yeah.
But anyway, so this video went on to get 717,000 views. I checked it last week. I think our own personal video just broke 100.
100, yeah.
Woo! So we know the content is there, but people aren't seeing it.
That was a good time.
But all in all, it was a lot of fun making that video. From our Honda stuff, we actually got recognized by a guy called Christian Perez. He has a channel called Honda Vlogs, and he puts out a show every Monday called the Honda Recap.
I'm really looking forward to this H22 EK hatch that they have. I see that he's ripping it apart and getting it ready, and I'm really enthused to see what he has planned for it in the future.
So I think 3 times now we've been featured on his show. So
he's a good guy. He knows his Honda stuff, right?
Yeah.
And he knows the guys who are building Hondas on the YouTube world. So
yeah, I message him through Instagram too, and he replies, and we have good conversations.
Yeah, it was pretty cool to be featured featured on his show. He's got a good amount of subscribers and lots of views, and he's a good guy. He's good to listen to, and go check him out.
He knows his stuff. He's working on a Del Sol right now. He's got some really good content going on that, so definitely check him out.
Matt, you're a pretty funny guy, I'd like to say. We have a good time. Honestly, the best part about working in the garage is just the time we spend together.
I think that's why it takes us so long to get through a project. Yep. The first time we tried using Snapchat.
Yeah, I still don't know how to use it. We
don't use Snapchat.
No.
Here's why. So... Remember the face swap filter?
Yeah, we are not the right faces to swap.
Why didn't it work?
Well, our faces, maybe.
I have never made that face in my life. I don't.
Go to the next one. This is my favorite.
Okay, so
I can't.
That was attempt number 1. We're like, okay, we can do better.
Yeah.
We can do better.
I can't. I don't know what's going on here.
Why is your face? Look at your neck. Your neck
like
on
3
my
necks.
face.
You see my beard inside your mouth? My chin
Look
is.
at my eyebrows. They're,
What are those? Where are they from?
I
What
wish
part?
I had bushy eyebrows like that.
Yeah, you can pull it off.
Eyebrow goals, you know, get some mutton chops.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that'd be so good.
Yeah, so
No, it didn't work out.
needless to say, Snapchat, not our thing.
Nah, we're not that hip and cool. We're pretty old guys. We know our stuff, but we really don't. We don't know our stuff. We make, we make mistakes here. One of the funniest things is we spent probably 3 weeks trying to figure out a problem with H22 Civic.
Okay, this was our biggest failure, I think, was trying to get my alternator to work
Yep.
in Frankenstein. Check this out. All right, guys, so we finally got our alternator working on the Civic. First thing to do is check the fuse.
Yeah, we feel like idiots.
We swapped out 3 different alternators. We went through all of our wiring. We went through 3 alternators. Did I say that already?
Yeah, but that's pretty important. We swapped out. We took it from my running car and swapped it into this, and then swapped it back when we found it didn't work.
Nothing was working. We're like, what the heck? We went through the wiring over and over again. And it was a 7.5 amp fuse.
So yeah, moral of the story: check your fuses.
So, you guys know from previous clips, I still like my music. We both do.
We love
But,
music. We love heavy music. We love dance music. We love bluegrass.
We listen to it all.
Except country.
And
Right?
yeah, no country.
No,
We don't.
you can't air guitar to country. Can
No.
you?
Okay, we air guitar a lot.
Yeah. We listen to music that you can air guitar to. That's our
Yeah.
one stipulation.
Well, you're always behind the camera for some reason. I can never get you doing air guitar.
I know. I do it as much as you do, but
you're a lot better at it than I am. You actually play the chords. I just whatever.
we'll air drum once in a while too. But
Oh yeah, we do it all.
it's a good time.
So when we first started MT Garage, Tim wasn't quite comfortable in front of the camera.
I wouldn't say that's true. I say it's a pretty common thing. It wasn't only when we first started. It still happens now.
Occasionally, not like it used to.
No,
Like
it was.
Okay, check out these clips.
How am I supposed to stand?
This is good. Just stand.
And I will also install speakers on the Civic. A cord?
That's an accord.
See, this is fine. Are you recording?
Now I am.
So it turns out it's a faulty seat driver ball bag switch. Okay, let's redo that though because I said that thing way wrong.
Just sit and talk about how foggy them headlights are.
So we've also found that the headlights are really foggy, so Matt's gonna polish them up while I sit and do nothing in the back. While I do nothing in the back. Yeah, sometimes I just let Matt do the work and just kind of chill out. But, and sometimes I'm behind the camera. Sometimes parts of me are in front of the camera.
You love putting your fingers in front of the camera.
Yeah, I don't love it, I just do it.
I do believe there's one in this area. Where did it go? I may have just been blocking the camera lens with my finger.
And then to finish it all off, we're going to use the F21 car polish.
Let's try it again.
Okay.
But my finger got in the way.
You're good at that.
So we use our phones to record because that's what we have, and we would rather spend money on car parts than a fancy camera. So I don't know, phones are kind of weird and awkward to hold. If you're like holding it like this, your finger is probably likely to go in front of the camera. I don't know, I just do it. You do it too, I'm sure.
So we've done some pretty redneck things too. So we needed to find a way to haul my D15 to the backyard after we pulled it.
It's too heavy to lift, right? We're weak guys. Look at our arms.
So, jeez.
You pulled multiple catwalks in that thing.
It's like all or nothing. Pop the clutch and whatever.
You got a D15 on the back, that's fine. And we made a sleigh out of
Doing wicked burnouts.
Bernie's on the thing. And of course you got to do a sled ski, right? Behind the tractor, you got.
Look at that face, sheer terror.
That's a big smile.
Your life flashed before your eyes.
I'm gonna die behind a tractor.
Our first official vlog was when we were doing bodywork on the Furious Civic. We had a lot of shenanigans going on.
Because you know what, honestly, vlogs kind of more represent us.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the stuff we do is not while like wrenching on the car. A lot of the fun stuff we do is like
behind the scenes.
Yeah. And you live kind of out in the country, so it's you get weird things like
a lot of stuff
animals
goes.
And
so
a lot of stuff goes. Yeah, that's for sure. Oh goodness.
So we find a snake. Remember?
Yeah. Maybe it was a stick. Yeah, it is a snake.
Nice. He's in
His tongue is out.
full-on attack mode.
Interesting.
This is so cool.
What are we gonna do? Grab him? Crouch down.
Oi! Look at the size of this snake.
He's got his tongue out. He's in attack mode, he is.
Where's your shirt, Tim?
I lost it. I had a fight with a bear last night, and so I'm just gonna have to go like this for the rest.
Matt thought it'd be a good idea to put his earplug through his ear ring. Oh, Matt. What happens if you pull your gauge out? Is that a big deal?
No.
Ugh. Well, that was interesting. I'm glad you did that.
Yeah, so that kind of all happened while we were working on the car.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, that's just a snapshot of it. We did so much. Like, it started off as a camping trip. You were camping in the backyard.
I was camping in your backyard. I was too. Again, living out in the country. I mean, I had a full campground.
Campfire, and you're like, okay, you're staying overnight. We're gonna get a ton of work done on this car. And then the snake showed up. I shoved something in my ear.
And kind of working on cars in the meantime. And you know what? Right now we have some pretty cool cars. We have some pretty cool things going on too.
Furious Civic is gonna be mint when we're done with it.
Wow.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, we haven't put out a video in like, I don't know, 8 months or so.
Yeah.
But the car is it's still going on.
Yeah.
We're still working, not necessarily on the car, but working towards
We're accumulating
the car.
parts for it.
Yeah.
We've accumulated a lot of stuff for it. A lot of work needs to go into it now. And we've just been really busy getting our own projects done. Like, you've had so much to do on the Sylvia. You bought a house recently. You've been working on that.
Yeah, it's 90% of my time.
I got Frankenstein. I've been getting everything ready for winter. So we've been busy. But winter...
Plus, we just can't stop buying cars.
Yeah.
We have this issue. We can't stop.
So I got down to having 7 vehicles on my yard. And I tell my wife, okay, we're down to 7. And she is happy. She's like, okay, 7. She can live with 7. And like 2 days later, I'm like, so we found this Civic.
I got this empty space. I can put another car. You know what the problem is? We need a third person because we need someone to say, you know what, guys, that's not a good
The
idea.
voice of reason.
Yeah. No, we're just like, new car!
Another Civic!
New car! And yeah, so we picked up that EK hatch, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna have to learn the Civic lingo because
Oh, you will.
I will be driving that car. I will be ripping that car around the track.
She looks mint on the outside, but in no way is it. So we got to put some work into it yet before it can be a track car.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited about that one. Yeah.
Me too. I'll stop blowing up the Sylvia at the track, and I'll
Can
have
blow up a Civic, and big deal. We got a spare motor in the backyard.
Yeah.
We'll just swap into her.
Exactly.
No big deal.
I'm really happy about this because we got. It'll be a fun car. It'll be minimal amount of work. I mean, yeah, we have to do a motor swap.
Really, it's a direct bolt-on. You swap the harness in the ECU, and you're.
I think we just have to wire in the VTEC solenoid.
No. We use the harness from the EL.
Oh, engine harness.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Hondas are easy, Tim.
How does he? At least the Nissans, you got to rip everything out.
One weekend. Well, yeah.
But I mean, yeah.
It's gonna be mint.
And a few
wait.
other things. Got to find tires, and honestly, that's it.
Well, we looked under the car and it looks mint underneath, but until we actually lift the carpet, we won't know for sure. But we're getting close.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
And so, what else we got going? You have the we got Frankenstein.
Yeah, we got Frankenstein going on right now. I'm just doing a few little small projects on it, like I'm painting the headlight housings right now. I just want to do some work cleaning up the rear bumper and the body panels and that, getting them to line up nicely. A big thing that I want to do, I haven't really disclosed this to anyone yet, but I do want to do a full vinyl wrap on the car. I guess me saying it publicly now makes it official.
The H22 Frankenstein Civic is going to look sick.
It is.
And it's going to fly around the track.
I am still planning on doing a turbo install on it. I have the H22A1 spare motor in the backyard. Well, it's on the driveway right now inside the Prelude. But I am slowly accumulating parts for that. It's going to be a long process because I want to make sure it's done right. So for the time being, I'm going to drive Frankenstein as is. I'm going to track it as is while
Smart.
I'm building this turbo motor in the background. So it is going to happen. And then once I have the motor ready to go, it'll basically just be a swap into the car, get a tune done on it. What else we got going on? I mean, the Furious Civic, obviously. We're doing lots of work on that. We won't disclose too much of that.
No. We'll have new videos coming out. I mean,
I think that's the next big thing that we're working on, right?
Yeah. And you know what? It's perfect timing because I feel like 2000s tuner cars are coming back into style.
We need to get that done before it becomes big.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it'll look like we're copying it.
Yeah, exactly.
But we started this over a year ago.
Yeah. We had this idea years and years ago.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so we got that car. What else do we have sitting on your yard? We have, really, that's about all for project cars.
The Supra, I mean, we're keeping that car forever, so we're just going to keep doing
weird things
to it until we actually take it to a drift track and run it into a wall, and that's the end of it.
You know what we should do, Matt? Let's make a pact. Once we're done the Furious Civic, we get coilovers for the Supra. We get it drift worthy. We get coilovers, we bring it to the track.
It runs mint right now.
It does. So, and then on my side, I guess I got the Silvia, right? It's continually got SR20 problems. I don't know why I keep going through them, but currently have a non-turbo block in the car that I've tapped for oil and stuff, so I have the turbo on there. I'd like to get the turbo motor back in, so I have to rebuild the turbo motor. I also now have this new transmission from the 240SX is now grinding, so I have to I'm going to get my original rebuilt and put all the original motor and trans back in once they're rebuilt.
You got a lot of work ahead of you, bud.
That's a bit. I'm going to send it to someone else and have them do it.
Yeah.
Also, my daily driver, my Acura TL, the clutch just started going on it, so I will be replacing that in the garage. I should just pay someone else to do it, but I mean, it's too late now. I already bought another car.
Of course you did.
I use this as an excuse to buy another car. I'm like, I have to replace the clutch. It's going to take like a few weeks. I need another car while I do that. So I picked up a car today. You get my reasoning, right?
Oh yeah, it makes perfect sense to me.
Not the wife,
I don't know about
but
you guys. What did she say when you pulled up in?
Oh, we discussed it. We're we discussed it, and it was a good choice for us, for me.
Yeah.
So I have another car. We're not going to do a whole lot with it. It's just kind of sit in the background. Hopefully, we don't have to do any work on that car because
hopefully not. It's a reliable car. I mean,
You're almost out.
I've been out for a long time. I keep fake sipping.
Oh, that's mint coffee, man.
No, it's not. I have some mint tea. You want to try some mint tea?
No, you know what? I'm not a big fan of mint tea. When I do my teas, I like to do just a standard, non-flavored, just like an Earl Grey, or I don't like mint flavored stuff. Anyway, should we wrap this up? I mean, we're like 500 subs. We're probably that close to 1,000. Right?
We're trying to be consistent with our videos too. Maybe not on a specific day, but we try to at least put out a video every week. It's kind of tough because, I mean, we're grown men, we have families, we got full-time jobs, and let's face it, my editing situation isn't the greatest.
What do you mean?
Okay, I'm gonna show you guys. This is what I edit on. Okay, so this is my living room.
And that's the best lighting you got?
This is, okay, so my wife likes to have the desktop hooked up to the TV so she can watch her shows that she legally downloads. And
It's legal in Canada.
it's what I use to edit because my editing program is on this computer. So I hook up my monitor, I got my little table there, and I actually upgraded to a chair. I used to just sit on the floor. But yeah, that's what I edit my videos with. And as most of you probably know, I have a 5-year-old son at home who needs attention as well. So this is usually what my editing turns into. Okay, are you done?
He just wanted to hit you.
He was just trying to get my attention, and then as soon as I tickled him, then he was happy, right?
Yeah. So yeah, we don't get content out as often as maybe we would like, or as often as a lot of other YouTubers do. But
I think once a week for us is manageable. We've been able to stay consistent. I think for a long time now. We've been putting out one video a week, so that's kind of what our goal is going to be. Kind of stick to that, and
I now have a garage. I haven't had one for a while, so I get access to it in a couple of weeks.
I haven't even seen it yet.
No, you haven't. I got extra bedrooms. You can stay the night.
Oh yeah, I'll just camp out in the
tree house.
You got a tree house?
I have a tree house.
No.
Yeah. With Super Street magazines?
Yes.
I haven't had a Super Street magazine in a while. I love that I have a subscription to Super Street.
Man. This summer's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be mint time. We're going to be at the track. I hope to be at the. I say this every year, but I hope to be at the track a lot more because I will have a Honda instead of a Nissan, and
I think we're gonna have a lot more time to go to the track this year. As some of you may not know, but I used to work 2 jobs for 2 years of my life. I worked 2 jobs, and just beginning of fall, I quit my second job, so I have a lot more free time.
This guy was hard to get a hold of.
Oh my goodness. I'm pumped.
Yeah.
Summer's gonna be good.
It will be good. We got so many good things happening. So, well, I mean, thanks for staying with us this long through this mint video.
Yeah.
Why do you laugh? I just trying to toss them in right to the end.
I think, let's wrap this up. Thanks everyone for sticking around. Remember to share the video so you're entered in the contest. Make sure you subscribe to us. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video. Yeah. I'm gonna go grab some mint tea, I think.
Oh, I mean, if that's what you want to do, do you have any mint flavoring for hot chocolate or something?
No.
Okay. I mean, I guess that's it. If you don't have
that's the
what
end
I
of that.
desire, I mean,
jeez.
So I'm just gonna.
All right, thanks everyone for sticking around, and we'll see you next time.
Catch you in the next video.